Hey guys, got a little something special for you today. This is my setup for the Umarex SA10. Now, for those who live in Canada and not the US, it's extremely hard for anybody to get pistols. Unless you're a cop. So, unless you have some friends in the military, or some friends in law enforcement, or an old feller that you know who's got some pistols that can take you to the range, this is your only option. So, I would say, out of the experience of me having to be able to shoot many different types like this is by far the best. I've had this thing go above 500 FPS on after 16 shots. It's very consistent. Even out when it was cold, it seemed like to do way better than most pistol pellet guns. But anyways, just felt I would do a more thorough video about this thing. So, since the last video, I got myself 2 more clips. The cool thing about this gun is they didn't cover up the bottom here. So, let's say you have this thing in there. Say you have a brand new one, but the CO2 is not pierced yet. So, you don't have to take it apart. You can just easily pop that up and then twist it over, and then boom, you're ready to go. Then you're ready to lock and load. Right? That's pretty sweet. So, the reason why I got multiple clips is so I can train. This thing is so close to the real thing that it's okay to train with. If you were in law enforcement, you could train with this thing and be confident that the training that you use with this will actually benefit you when you're using gunpowder, the real deal. Though these things still aren't toys because it's actually quite powerful for a pellet gun. It can pierce some thin tin that I got laying around, so at close distance. So you definitely wouldn't want to make any accidents with this thing. But besides the point, it's very accurate. In my other video, I shot 75 feet and other times not on video, 125 feet, and this thing was still accurate, and that was half a CO2 tank. It's pretty crazy. I mean, out of all the ones I shot, this one's the best. So if you want to get something for plinking, or just so you can, be ready to rock and roll with the real thing, this is probably the way to go. So instead of the slide lock, this is just the safety. Forward, it's locked up. Back, ready to go. And so you can pull it like this. See the hammer? And that first pull is heavy. Or you can bring it back, and then now every pull is extra light. And there's this little button in there to make it seem like a safety, but it's not actually a safety. Now this right here, you pull this down, you can slide this back, and you gotta take off the end here, and you can actually take the top off and dissect the thing. See how it's starting to pop up there? We just put that back. And so to release it, you just pull this back, standard. So what I really like about this thing, is I can have CO2 tanks, all brand new CO2 tanks, and then have 8, 16, 24 little rotary clips in each magazine. So 24 times 3, boom shakalaka. And so you can have lots of power between each magazine for a long time and just cycle through them. You can keep these on your hip, in your pocket, and then drop it, put another one in, and practice like the real deal. So why don't I demonstrate? First, I'll show you, for those who don't know, how to properly get this thing installed. So here's your standard CO2. I always use Pelgun oil just to keep everything nice and fresh and fine and dandy. I'm not going to edit this video. I'm actually just doing stop and, or pause and go. And just see how it goes, because I want to get something out quick. I haven't put anything out in 2 weeks. And I have almost 130 subscribers now, which is absolutely mind-boggling. You guys are awesome. Like, also too, I got another air javelin video coming up. All right, so this is what you do. Get a little bit of Pelgun oil on there. Make sure that this is lowered down a little bit. Oh, let's put that tip in there like yay, and then just snug it in there. Get it just snug. I just dropped one of those, so one sec. One thing to keep in consideration: these things can be a pain in the butt by keeping all of them in there. Some fit better than others. So what might be a good idea if you're doing the magazine cycle for training is to just keep one of each in the top here, and that way you don't have to worry about them falling out when you're changing magazines. Alright, I'm gonna load these up and then I'll do a demonstration on how well this works. So you may be wondering, well, what works best in this thing? Well, honestly, when it comes to pistols, for some reason, these flatheads seem to work really good with accuracy. But I find all of them are pretty damn good. I find the Tomahawk is really good at long distance. I haven't tried the super points yet, but these are really good. I mean, at 100 feet, I'm hitting on point. It sounds crazy, like you wouldn't believe it, but these are accurate at 100 feet within like this size, like an inch or two. It's pretty crazy. If you hold your hand nice and steady, it's surprisingly accurate. So I got just standard hollow points, the Tomahawk, and the flats. I don't have the pointed ones, but these three, they work really well. So I think I'll just go with the flats this time. And now I'll show you how easy these things are to load up, and the little cool feature that they put with this. So this is the way that they come out. So you want to load from this side. Just pop them in like this. So after you get your last one in there, there's this cool little feature that they put on here. These little things that stick out there. You can take this, pop it in there like this, and watch. It puts them in place nice and snug. And then when you take them out, they're not going to fall out. They're in there perfectly, ready to rock and roll. See that? So then we put that up there. Now I'm going to do the other three, and then we'll rock and roll. Alright, so I got them all loaded up. They're ready to go. Now, I just want to show you. This is the brand new one that I haven't put in yet. So let's say this is in there. See, Umarex likes doing this thing where with the HDR 50, you can have one in there for a very long time, and when you're ready to go, you hit the bottom. So there's another reason why I got this gun, because it's similar to that, where it's in there, and I don't have to do all this crap, take it apart, and then get an Allen key. I can just simply go like this. I didn't do that fast enough, but whoopsie daisies. But yeah, then we're ready to rock and roll. It's in there good. Usually I do that a lot more swift. I didn't have it on tight, but usually it's not that loud of it, and I lose that much. But anyways, let's go through them and shoot at the target. You didn't see that. Okay. Another thing that's handy to keep on hand is this comes with it. So if you're trying out other pellets, all you got to do is stick that down in there. You cock this back. You hold it back like that. And then when the magazine's not in there, you put this rod through, and then you can pop the pellet right out. No problem at all. So I'm going to show you how good this works with the magazine and see how training would go with this thing. So here we go. It would be like this. Safety off. That magazine's getting pretty dang low. Or that's CO2. Getting pretty dang low. Sorry about the delay there. Yeah, there we go. So, what do you guys think of my case anyways? You think it's pretty badass? It's not overkill, is it? I like to keep my stuff nice and tidy and organized. What do you think? Pretty sweet, right? Alright. I got a few things to say before I tidy this video up. Oh, look at that. I put it upside down. Silly me. Alright. Or is that side right down? Right side up, side right down? It's whatever you want it to be, folks. Alright, guys, guess what? So, I finally got myself some new washers. A nice little, I got a new, I got the regulator set up for 1100 PSI so I can try it in the air Javelin. So, from those who know, my air Javelin video, I was shooting with a regulator that only had 800 or 850 PSI coming out of it, and I wasn't getting the full capabilities out of the air Javelin. And I'm gonna get a little daring, and I'm gonna add in some washers, or I'm gonna mess with the regulator a little bit and maybe up it. I mean, they say not to go past 1100, but I'm gonna try 1200 and maybe 1300, because I know the other air Javelin, the one that comes as a PCP that has the tank permanently embedded in it, it's a 1500 PSI. So I don't know if the thing will break if I put up the 1500, but I'll try putting it up to 1200, 1300 and just see what it can do. I don't want to ruin it, don't want to break it, and I don't want to give anybody any bad ideas, but this is the 1100 tank. It's all ready to rock and roll. So I think this week I'm going to be putting together the video I'm going to put it together from your guys' ideas. Somebody wants me to use like a rack of ribs or a meat, so I was thinking I'll probably do either a rack of ribs or a big hunk of meat, and maybe a pumpkin, a watermelon, or something like that, and I'll go at different distances in the video and I'll shoot and see how well it goes, and I'll use the tips that come with. I'll use these tips that come with it, and also some tips that I have that goes with my recurve and my crossbow, and I also have hunting tips. So I'll do the stock tips, the standard, target practice tips, and then the razor blade hunting tips. And we'll see what that thing can do with 1100 PSI. Because that's what you guys really want to see, so that's what I'm going to do. Also, I want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed in the last 3 months. I've gotten almost 100, actually no I have. The last 3 months, around 80 days or so, I've gained 100 subscribers, which is absolutely mind-boggling. I didn't think it would ever happen. I didn't think I would ever hit the 100 mark. I thought I would just be making videos forever and I would never get anywhere with it, but dude, my mind is blown. And it's such a small number to many people, but this is awesome. So, I mean, I want to say thanks all you guys. I want to try to communicate with you more. So please tell me in the comments. I'm not just saying this to try to get views and da-da-da. I'm literally, I want to know what you guys want to watch. And it's going to be a mixture of what you guys want and what I like to do personally, and I'll blend it together. If you want to see me shoot certain things, if you want to see me do trick shots or whatever, you know, give me some ideas. Tell me if you don't like the video, if you like it, da-da-da-da. Give me some ideas, and I'll kind of like, I'll do a collaboration with my audience. But the fact that I got 130 subscribers now is just like, boom. So my next goal is obviously 500, and the next goal after that is 1,000. And if I can become, if I can get money from it through AdSense, dude, the stuff that I will be doing with that money, you know, like, and especially when I get sponsors, I'll be able to get really sweet equipment and guns and whatever, and be able to give you really awesome videos. That's the plan. So, I mean, by you subscribing and liking and rewatching or just watching the full video, all that stuff makes a huge difference, and you can help me become an awesome creator like so many out there, you know, because I got it in me. Another thing I want to tell you guys, I'm coming out with an art channel. I've been recording and working on, I mean, I don't know, none of you probably know, but I paint, I draw, I'm an artist. That's what I like to do. I've been doing it since I was a kid. So I'm opening up this art channel, and it's just going to have a bunch of painting videos. So basically, just so you know, it's going to be my survival channel, my art, painting, drawing channel, and my podcast channel. Over the years, those three things is what I'm going to work on, and hopefully slowly build all three of them up, and that's going to be my forte. All right? So that's what you got to look at, that's what you got to look forward to when you're tuning in to me. All right? So keep watching my stuff, keep giving me ideas, and I will keep giving you awesome content. I'll try to get at least one video a week, or at least one every 2 weeks, at least a couple a month, you know. But you know how it is, busy. So thanks for watching. Seriously, thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate you guys. Just seriously, peace out, y'all.